how this guy works right here. So again, nice and thin. You press down, cut it first, then you push this, lift it up. Usually it goes right in there, which makes life a lot easier. And then you have a leaf right there. Now you can dry it any way you want. So if you want to ball up some of this and make it look more natural, where you're giving it a little bit more form, then you let it dry like that a little bit, and then you put it onto your cake after it's dry, okay? So they have flour formers. You can use egg cartons. You can use pretty much anything, however you want to give everything a more natural look. You just don't want it flat like this. You stick this on your cake.
Like that looks like fun.
It looks cheap. You know, you don't want a whole thing with flat. You want that look to it where it looks like it's a natural leaf, okay? So just keep that in mind when you're doing all that. This is, I want to show you the flower, the kind of Alice in Wonderland rose. So you want to take a small piece and make like a long rectangle with it. Fairly thin. The smaller you make this, the smaller your rose. The bigger you make it, the bigger your rose. You're going to fold one edge to the other, not pressing down on the top part, but in creating a seam there. Okay, so it's kind of rounded on that top. Then you're going to take your edge and thin it out and kind of swirl in here so you make like a rose bud, the center. Okay, and then you're going to pick it up. And then what you want to do is gather the bottom and pleat it. Okay, and then move it around and gather the bottom and pleat it. And I'm not pushing on the top so it has that rounded look. And I'm pleating the bottom. And I'm moving it around in a circle by pleating it. And pushing with my thumb. And when I get to the end and I don't want to use anymore, I just cut that off and then fold it underneath. And then you get that kind of rose. So in order to hide the back, you can take some excess off with your finger because you don't need to use a lot of it. Depends on what you're putting it on. You would do a bunch of them so they're all together, and then you can have your petals kind of sticking out of here. So once they dry a little bit, and it gives it a little more depth to it. Okay? So one more time on that, because these you can make a ton. Whereas, as Dora knows, when you make roses you have to make like 20 petals to make one rose. You have to let them dry till they're hard. Then you place them all one at a time. You let them dry upside down. It's an unbelievable amount of work.
You said to make the flowers with real, you use the one.
That's if you're